So, who are we? Well, the team here in Dublin these days is my colleague Rahil Raja. Please, Rahil, stand up so they can see you. He's one of our sales engineers from the UK. And we have Alex Corliss, new employee, a long-time member of this community. Your sixth time here already? Yeah, but first time as a REST employee, because he started 6 weeks ago. And he's a professional services consultant, and well, me, and I'm at REST Software. So, who is REST? Are there still people who don't know REST? Yeah, Ingmar? Okay. Remind me to get you kicked out of the RSVP program. Yeah, so then I can go through this one very quickly. A Dutch company founded in 1999. We have reached a point where I don't know all my colleagues anymore. Because 300 people is too much, especially if they only work for the company for like a year and then leave again. We have 4 products, REST1 Workspace, REST1 Automation, REST1 Service Door, and REST VDS. And well, I think most of you know there's basically 3 products, but the last one is not very well known. Well, it may be well known, but not on this stage. Who of you know local apps in Zendesk? There you go. That's our technology. So it's reverse seamless, giving local applications, making them available in a remote session, VDI, whatever. As Alex already mentioned this morning, we're a long-time sponsor and proud sponsor of the platform. Perhaps we're one of the few guys that can say, hey, I want to go to the platform. And they say, okay, because we're sponsoring it. Okay. So, a little bit about security. Like I said, I don't have AppSense explaining it for me. And of course, it's all about people. What are the people doing on your systems? If it weren't for end users, we would all have a very good, very easy job. We would be fired right after, but for that split second, it would be a very easy job. Yeah. Yeah. So, indeed, what are the people doing on our systems? And a lot of the threats come from the inside, and of course, you can try to block everything. But then people start finding their own solutions. And then you have a shadow IT, and well, you have to pay your shadow IT department, and well, you never know what these cowboys are going to do. Yeah, so, and perhaps it's not even intentional. You know, they need to do stuff, they can't do it on their corporate computer or session, in their corporate session, and one of the colleagues says, hey, I have a nice tool here that does the same thing. Let's start using that. And then, of course, it appears to be infected with, well, and this is some of the things that people are very scared about these days, ransomware. No, we're not deleting your files, we're not we're not stealing your files, no, we scramble them, and only if you pay enough money, that's when you get your information back. That is, of course...
You're saying that's a feature of Res?
Sorry?
You're saying that's a feature? Oh no, you're sorry.
What Janssen said, put in pictures, any picture, so I put in this one.
Alright, okay. Yep.
Well, I don't know if you saw my session in Las Vegas, because I believe you had a very early flight.
Yes, yeah, move on. Yeah.
You can call bullshit on me now, don't. So, yeah, this is Res, definitely. I took away a picture, but actually, in that picture there was an example that the guys who built the ransomware, they had a bug. So even after paying the money, they couldn't unencrypt it because there was a bug in the ransomware. Yeah, right. So, so what you can do, of course, is put all kinds of defense on the outside. Well, I think we passed that station. That's not enough. You also have to protect your stuff on the inside. And I stole these slides from a colleague. That colleague was doing this presentation, or these slides, this morning during our rest focus. I don't hear that they've burned them down, so I left them in. So these are some recommendations from the FBI. And, well, one of them is implement application whitelisting. If we don't tell you that you're allowed to use an application, you're not going to use it. You cannot use it because we block it. And that's one of the things that we do out of the box with our Res1 workspace solution. So, well, why do you want it? Now I see that I should have moved this slide up a bit. So, application whitelisting. Well, that's what I said. Just only allow the applications to run that you have checked and approved of. So we can do that with our application security part. Yeah, it was a lousy resolution in Las Vegas. I remember thinking, I hope it's better in Dublin. Too bad. All the applications, well, this is a list, trip over any wires. This is a list of the applications that we have presented to our users as custom shortcuts in their start menu. And if you don't have that shortcut, you're not allowed to use that executable. It's just blocking you. It's done by a kernel level driver, so it's very hard for the users to circumvent that because they don't operate on kernel level. And then they get a message saying, hey, we're blocking this application. Please stop doing that. If you need to do that, well, and that's what we're going to, what I'm going to demonstrate to you later on. Normally, if the user starts an application, an executable, he gets this blocking message. Well, how does he get his application whitelisted? He has to send it to the security guys. Well, so he puts it in an attachment of his email, sends it to the security guys. Well, it's getting blocked. Yeah, so you have to go through all sorts of, jump through all sorts of hoops to get that executable at the right person. One of my colleagues, Brandon Wood, has thought of a nice service where we can do that automatically. That's what I'm going to show you in the demo later on. And then so a user can just request to have his executable whitelisted. And when that's done, he can just start using the executable.
So the crypto layer authorizes to encrypt that.
Well, if you build it like that, well, then you deserve to be hijacked. Yeah. Of course not. Because, well, it's not easy. It is fairly secure, but, well, as always, what is secure is never convenient, and what is convenient is never secure. So it is not easy, all that whitelisting, because how do you discover the applications that should be allowed? How do you get there? And how do you whitelist them? And I must admit, we have been doing it on a very, it's been recorded, right? Not in a professional way in the past. We just whitelist the path and the executable menu. That's it. So you manage to copy your virus to see Windows System 32, rename it to notepad.exe, and you're good to go.
So why would I use your software when I can do that on Windows?
You mean AppLocker?
Outlook or my software?
Well, we do a lot more. We don't do just this, right? So if you only need this functionality, well then, yeah, it may be too much to use our software. This is just one part of the things we can do. Yeah, you agree?
And as I said, it's management. It's much easier to do it this way.
Yeah,
That's why I use it.
Yeah. I would say I owe my salary to Windows because our company exists because Windows is not doing it.
Right, but you mentioned that the only thing you're protecting is usually the file name or the hash to that. Why do you?
Well, now we can indeed, since the last few versions, we can actually import the hashes and then we block them on hash wherever they are.
So how much of the application you hashing? Are you hashing the launcher or the libraries, the support libraries? Like, can I swap out the data at the back end and let my codes run just because effectively the only you're hashing is through the launcher?
We're blocking the executables, so not the DLLs behind it.
So I can still have a laptop.
That is, of course, if you can get to the DLLs, if you can get them out. Because we do a lot more, we block a lot more. Yeah? Actually, between my demo in Vegas and this one, I've tweaked it a bit. Unfortunately, the new spellings is not here because he asked me a question and I put it in the demo right away. Another one said, well, because later on the end user is going to browse to the executable and upload it. What if you can't browse to it? Well, if you can't browse to it, you can't execute it either because we only work with managed shortcut. Yeah. So, well, and indeed, how do you authorize them? And what if people want their own apps? You want to prevent shadow IT from forming, so you want to accommodate them. We do that based on file hashing, and in our SR2 release, that was released a month ago, 2 months ago, rather recently, we have a new tool called the REST File Hash Monitor. It's a separate installation, and you can install it, and you can let that hash monitor monitor certain folders, and it can also be SCCM folders where you gather your deployment software, and then they can get the hashes out of the executables, and then you can use it to authorize those hashes. So it automates a lot of the last manual stuff you had to do. Because getting out all the hashes out of all the, because well, it's nice that you have a hash, but then Windows Update comes, puts down the new executable, bye hash. Now we can monitor those folders, and we can automatically create or generate the new hashes.
But you organize those new hashes to be recorded on.
Sorry?
You organize those hashes to be
Yeah. So we monitor them, we get them into our system, and we add them to the authorized files.
So there's a screen where I actually will go through and say approve.
Not necessarily. That tool operates automatically. So whatever comes into the folders that that tool is monitoring should be tested already.
Okay,
So in my workflow, the approval is prior to that step.
So I can manage the bit of my Windows Update server, boom, and away.
Sorry?
I can put in a false Windows Update server, redirect the traffic with a man in the middle attack, minutes later I authorize that.
Okay, well then they have to make sure that there's no man in the middle there. You have to keep it secure. Of course, there's always a way around.
Right, but if I was authorizing my signatures, then I didn't need to worry about monitoring playground.
Sounds like something the software doesn't do, so I keep moving on. That's
Sorry, go on now.
I think you're
I
picking
normally have a
holes.
hard time understanding you, but
I think you're picking holes in it. It doesn't do that. You're right. It's not the way
Yeah.
you guys help make it much simpler, much easier.
yeah. So you, well, perhaps we can sit down later on and perhaps we have another solution to block that. But at this point, yeah, this is how it operates. And by the way, it's released a month ago. Perhaps in the future there will be an extra
So I'll
office.
explain why I do this. In the normal rules update environment in a large enterprise, we may have multiple update servers. If one of those servers happens to be compromised, then all of the guys that are coming down from the other chains, they're getting their updates and their hashing. This compromised server is actually
Okay.
compromised, be authorized on every machine in that other region.
So,
So I have a big problem.
yeah. Well, it would be nice if you have the multiple hashes of the same file and then we get a pop-up somewhere. But well, this one is designed to run completely automated, and so that's where problems will break.
There's no automated process. So then you already are handling those.
What I'm trying to say is that we're valuing that automation.
Yeah, but well, of course, if you want to automate everything, then well, then there is a risk. If you want to, and in the workflow that I'm going to show, there is a moment in time where an actual person has to say yes or no, and then we're moving the file to the directory where this file hash monitor will take it up. Yeah, so in my demo, there is no man in the middle. Although the one that needs to authorize is called Alex Cooper. We have a vulnerability there. Okay. So, having said that, so what I'm going to do, actually I'm going to let 3 of our products cooperate. We have the server store, where the self-service is available. We have workspace that blocks the executable, and we have automation that takes care of the testing and stuff. Because we have a problem. Alex Cooper has to authorize a file, and Alex Cooper is here doing his 110,000 steps. Yeah, so he's not in the office. He is not available for testing, but of course he does have his telephone available. So what I'm going to do here, first I'm going to show you, well, here we have the 2 key players. So we have Alex Justin, and I'm pretty sure Alex changed his slide after seeing my demo 2 weeks ago. We have Alex Justin, who wants to go on his merry way and use all the applications he can get. And we have the bastard operator from Alex Cooper, who needs to approve that. Okay, and I have a service here called request whitelisting of application. And last time I zoomed out to show the entire workflow. If I do it in this resolution, nothing's going to happen. So I installed Zoomit. And, well, that's the problem. Yeah. So you all get nauseated later on and you get pictures of you puking. It's not the alcohol, it's me playing around with Zoomit. So we start the delivery, and this really doesn't make sense if we do it like this, actually. So the user is going to upload his file. If it fails, he gets a report back. Then we're going to automatically create a service ticket. You can leave it up, but well, nowadays a lot of companies still want service tickets for registration purposes. So I'm going to automatically create a service ticket, and it always also helps me to keep the separate files apart because I create a folder with the ticket name and I put the files in there. So later on, if you have to look it up, you know where to look. And then we're going to copy the file to our testing server. And we have a fully automated test appliance that tests the file inside and out. Basically, it's a command line antivirus product. Well, nobody has to know that. And so we're doing a scan, and the result of that scan is, well, it's either infected or it's not. If it is infected, well, we send a message to Alex, we send a message to the user, and we update the service desk ticket. And then in a message to the user it says, well, contact the service desk, refer to this ticket number, and deal with it with them. But if it's not infected, yeah, what does it say? Well, get the final verdict. So we we ask Alex Gruber, okay, we send him a message on his phone and say, okay, we've tested this file, these are the results, everything checks out. Do we get a go ahead? And Alex says, yes, or either yes or no. So again, and you can build all these steps. Yeah, so we have a rejection, that is if Alex says no. We also have an exception, that is if Alex doesn't want to take his responsibility and either cancels the request or lets it expire. And then we can ask somebody else. We can ask Claire. Claire always says, well, Claire always responds. Yeah, so that is the, so we're just building a workflow in here. And then, whether or not it affected, we update and or close supporting. And one of the last things we do is, that's over here, where are we? Refresh the user workspace. I haven't got the command running, so the user has to do it manually. But then, with refreshing the workspace, the user session knows that it should now trust the executable. Okay. So let's go to. This is really, even with this resolution, I need my glasses for this. Come on. So I'm going to another machine. That is, if I can find it. There we go. So this is the, and I already zoomed it in. It's not that we only support 800 by 600. So this is our self-service portal. And well, this is the service to request the whitelisting of an application. But Alex Justin doesn't know he needs that application, that service at the moment. But he goes to his disk, tries to start Harry Pad, and he gets blocked. Harry Pad is not allowed. Okay, but in the security message, it already says, I have to be quick, 10 seconds. Go to this service if you need access. So I can click on this, and I get taken, and now I have to zoom out a bit, I see. I get taken to the service. This is the same information, this is more information. Here I see what the service is all about. Interesting, like in the App Store, you can rate this service. How cool is this? Well, 4 stars, and the average delivery time. So Alex Justin knows, well, if I request it now, in half an hour, I may be able to work with it. It's half an hour because normally it runs in 2 minutes, but, well, at some point I was working in the middle of the night, and when Alex Cooper got the approval request, I thought, fuck it, I suspended all my machines. Next morning I said, ah, yes. So that's why we're at 30 minutes. But it gives the end user a reasonable idea of how long it will take. So I'm going to request this service. And, well, first of all, there is, okay, what is the business purpose of this service? And, well, let me check, so give that. What about it? Yeah, I took off my glasses, so it's, yeah. Your guess is as good as mine. So, and this you can all modify and customize. What is the impact of on your work? Well, I might as well go home. Or, well, no. Otherwise I'll run it from my tablet. Okay, and now I get the opportunity to upload my file. Yeah, so I select the file, and first time I did this, I was like, man, that's a lot of click to do the upload. So fortunately, last week I had a training, and the interaction designer that wrote this was in my training, and I said, what are you doing? They said, well, suppose you have multiple files you need to upload. We don't want you, we're not going to upload each file one by one and then you wait every time. So only if you submitted the last file, then we're going to upload the entire thing. So that results in this one. Click here and it comes. Start upload, done, click again. And all of a sudden those 4 clicks are not that bad anymore. Yeah, so the service is rolling, yeah, and this is where the questions come. Last time, by answering the question, I failed to show you what happened. So let me please. So the service is running, and we can track the progress. James.
No, it's just say in most user cases they be on a lockdown desktop. How do they access the executable to upload it if they don't actually have access?
Well, if they don't have access to it, they can't run it. Perhaps they have it in their home drive. Perhaps they run it from their home drive. And of course, even at Brest, we have a policy that says never run anything from your pen drive in your home drive anymore. But please bear with me, humor me. Yeah. So, problem is I need to click refresh. Yeah, so it's been uploaded to the test server, or downloaded to the test server, whatever you want to call it. And now the test server is testing the application. And in time, normally it takes about a minute, so should be good. But what? Watch spot never boards, they say around here, or in the UK, I believe. There we go. So now we are waiting for the approval from Alex Cook. So Alex Justin can now go around the hallway trying to track down Alex Cooper and say, you approve my transaction. Well, Alex is running around over here. But he is logged on to the session. Where am I? Over here. So this is the other Alex, and indeed, there's a message waiting for him. Do you want to approve or reject? Here's some more detail. So who requested it, what is the case number, and well, what is the application. But it has passed the security test, so you're okay. It's your call. Well, Alex is we all know, a very nice guy. Question? No? So he approves, and this is really a very interesting resolution. And in time, okay, we're gathering some more information for our support ticket, and actually now we're moving it to the authorized files folder, and let File Monitor deal with that. Yeah, so the File Monitor will we'll pick it up and add it to the authorized files. And now all Alex Justin needs to do is refresh his workspace manually. Yeah, with it. Yep. Now I got it. And now I'm going to refresh my workspace. That means that our workspace composer that builds the entire user experience is going to do everything from scratch again, but now with the new rules. Which should result in, wrong order, and Harry.exe starts. Well, this is for the Dutch guys, and too bad Jack Chote is not here, because with this application you can write an email that Jack can understand.
Yeah.
Good man via via. Yeah, so this translates everything to a dialect that is spoken in the city of The Hague. Yeah, so, and now, well, Alex can finally write that email to Jack, because Jack doesn't speak any other language. But the service, by the way, is delivered and returned after the delivery. So, because normally services, people stay subscribed to services. If you have it, you keep it. But this one is returned right away, so Alex Justin can request it once more. And Alex has, well, he has received an email from a Nigerian prince that he has inherited a lot of money. All he needs to do is run this executable and, well, put in his information, and he's a rich man.
Sweet.
So again, he's going to do that. Oh yeah, well, you know, he feels lucky, so he requests it again. So I'm going to show the other one. Here I have the transaction view. Here are the ongoing transactions, and here I can follow what's happening. And where are we? This is completed. This is completed. So we're copying the file. And in time you will see that, well, obviously this executable did not pass the security test. So Alex Justin, unfortunately, we have to refresh manually. So copying is done. Now we're scanning. If you want to have more detail on how we built this, don't hesitate to come up to me. I'm happy to show it to you, how we did all that. And it's not like this is the only thing we can do with our product. No, this is one of the many things that we can do to make your life a lot easier.
Just a quick question. I know you've got one of the processes is that you scan the file.
Yeah.
Maybe can you see a point in the future whereby things like res and absence and liquid well labs maybe could be an alternative to using AV as a product?
That's tricky. That's tricky. Because lately we have been moving into this marketing-wise into this area as well. Because if you download an executable that's not whitelisted, you cannot execute it. So basically, we are helping your AV product to keep your environment safe, and we keep it at that. We don't want to promote ourselves as being an AV, but we certainly add to the AV functionality.
So you don't see that being a point in time where a company make a decision, probably a brave decision, to ditch their AV and just go with.
First of all, I'm not marketing, I'm not product manager, it's not up to me. If you look at our t-shirts, we have 3 different t-shirts. We can't even keep the same t-shirts for longer than 6 months. There's no way for me to predict that. But, and it's a bit tricky because then you need to add all the other functionality that your AV products have as well. Yeah, I have an outdated antivirus database, of course. So, and we're still running, but you should be able to see that in here, it was infected. So, what do we get? Well, we get an email or a message, but it can also be an email to Alex Cooper saying, hey, this one was scanned and it is infected. So Alex knows about it, but Alex knows about it too, because in here, it's the first time I had to use this one to switch between machines. Alex Justin also gets a message saying, the file that he submitted was infected. Right here, first guest. Yes, please, in the back.
What are you using to do the virus scanning?
Well, perhaps you've seen it. It was some freeware antivirus product that supports the command line. Of course, in real life, you want to have a more extensive security test.
So, does that file go to a safe area where you then have an API to call a antivirus product to make sure it's safe?
Yeah, of course. If you're, it can also be done.
You use a Razan job to do that.
Yeah. Right here.
So just want to point out that Alex wouldn't need to be in the store as well. So he could, the native applications for Android and iOS.
Yeah, of course.
You can see it on the toilet.
I said that because, but I don't want to use my webcam to show that I can do it on my cell phone. I'm assuming that you're all intelligent enough that if we can show it in this browser, we can also show it on our phone. Okay, so that is my presentation, or actually my demo. Well, thank you.